Thank you for watching. Today I'm going to give a presentation on the Youbit cryptocurrency hack that took place last year. This is one of the most defining moments in Bitcoin history. This is not the only Bitcoin exchange that was ever hacked, but this is a really important part of how cryptocurrency is being shaped right now. And so today we're going to talk a little bit more about why this particular exchange being hacked is so monumental in cryptocurrency today. A little bit of an introduction. My name's Brett Moore. I currently work at Cisco Systems as a Kalo network engineer. So my job role has me taking engineer customer recreates and building those topologies for the engineers so that they may further service the customers. I'm currently a junior at East Carolina University. I study information and computer technology with a concentration in computer networking. I currently hold CCNA certification, which is the Cisco Certified Network Associate, and that helps me understand the material a little bit better, understand the underlying architecture of network design, and kind of a little bit more about how Bitcoin works. It's not quite in that realm, but it helps me understand a little bit more about what's going on in the world. All right. So what is a cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is basically just any monetary, or in this case, it's a decentralized currency that does not belong to a centralized bank. So no one in particular controls it. Bitcoin in particular was started by Satoshi Nakamoto. That is actually an unknown figure. No one has ever actually met this person. Some people even believe that it's more of an entity, not just a single person. And they introduced the source code for Bitcoin in 2009. Bitcoin utilizes the blockchain technology, which is everyone essentially shares and updates a general ledger. This is how it remains decentralized because everybody holds a little piece of the puzzle, and it remains completely decentralized because of that. Anybody can get on the blockchain ledger and actually check it for authenticity, and you wouldn't have to go through a centralized location to do that. Transactions are verified by these miners. I'll explain a little bit more about what a miner is later, who solve complex cryptographic puzzles. They do this utilizing programs that mine the Bitcoin, so to speak, even though it's not a actual tangible item for somebody to hold. The computers that they utilize use computing power to solve mathematical cryptographic puzzles, and in return, the software awards them Bitcoins. Excuse me. And yes, then they're rewarded with Bitcoins and actually transaction fees as well. The link below, you can actually learn a little bit more about Bitcoin if anybody is interested. So how does cryptocurrency work? Before I mentioned the blockchain technology that is so relevant and so vital to cryptocurrencies working. Pretty much every form of cryptocurrency uses some sort of proprietary blockchain, for instance. And Bitcoin was the first major cryptocurrency to utilize this technology. It was founded by them. It's not really so much of a new invention, so much as taking things that already existed and utilizing them in a different manner. Blockchain works primarily on private key cryptography, distributed network with a shared ledger, as I mentioned before, network transactions, record keeping, and overall security. So why would someone steal a cryptocurrency? Why are they so popular? If some people even believe that they have no value because they're not based on anything, but that's starting to slowly change because you have, excuse me, you have financial analysts and huge hedge fund managers investing, and investors like the general public investing into the central infrastructure that is cryptocurrency, and more specifically into Bitcoin and Ripple and things like that, Ethereum. Those are other forms of cryptocurrency. But the reason why these remain popular is because they do not fall under central bank controls and remain largely unregulated at the time. Cryptocurrency has actually skyrocketed in the past 12 months. The value has gone from mere dollars and cents to thousands of dollars per coin. The South Korea exchange actually makes up about 20% of the world trading per day as well, which we'll talk more about South Korea's Youbit exchange. And cryptocurrency trading platforms are often easy targets due to people wanting to set up shop but don't really understand or invest in the underlying security infrastructure needed to protect these assets, which is why they're such a hot topic these days. So today's presentation is more focused on the Youbit South Korean Bitcoin exchange. This was a target of hackers that were believed to be from North Korea about sometime last year, and because of the hack, they actually lost about 13 to 14% of all their financial assets as far as cryptocurrency goes. This was actually their second hack. In the previous time before in the year, they were actually hacked by what some believed a similar or same group of people. And after that happened, this caused them to go bankrupt. Youbit is a digital currency or cryptocurrency exchange marketplace. So this is a place that you could go and buy and sell cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ripple, Litecoin, things like that. After filing for bankruptcy, only 75% of the assets were actually returned to customers until the company was completely done filing bankruptcy, in which they planned to pay their customers the rest of the money out of insurance. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. So who was responsible for this attack? Before I mentioned that some people believe that it was North Korea, this actually comes from the South Korean Internet and Security Agency, KISA. They blame North Korea for the Youbit hacking. They also blame North Korea for other currency exchanges in South Korea that were attacked as well, such as Yapanzon and Coinus. Those were also targets of North Korean hackers that were determined by the Cyber Warfare Research Center and the South Korean Internet and Security Agency. The CWIC, Cyber Warfare Research Center, suggests that North Korea could be behind multiple cryptocurrency hacks all over the world, not just South Korea. And this would explain why everyone is kind of taking cryptocurrency a little bit more seriously and why prices are falling. So what were the repercussions of this attack? The customer assets for Youbit, they lost actually 75 or roughly 25% of their value. So they were marked down to roughly 75% of their value. The company had 17% of total equity in currency stolen by these hackers. And then going in more into the financial impact in the market, actually, despite them being hacked, and going bankrupt, the market continued to climb for quite a while. And this is largely due to the fact that Youbit was a smaller company. A little bit more in the market aftermath of this company going bankrupt. So South Korea actually promised to ban anonymous cryptocurrency accounts. So they wanted to stop trading on these large accounts being made and selling large amounts of cryptocurrency. The South Korean government actually introduced new legislature that enabled regulators to close coin exchanges as well if they felt that the intentions were bad or that like a new attack was on the horizon to kind of protect the market. Top financial leaders around the world suggest that cryptocurrencies actually could disrupt global market, such as the dollar or yen, things like that. Some more of the consequences is that Bitcoin lost almost $1,000 in value after the South Korea announced its plans to crack down. So despite the fact that the company went bankrupt, that didn't have really any impact on the market. But when unintended consequences such as South Korea stepping in with new legislature, Bitcoin lost almost $1,000 in value. However, because of just the volatility of the market, it recovered within weeks. So mentioned before that some financial analysts believe that cryptocurrencies have a threat to global markets. that really is kind of a question that's up in the air at the moment because cryptocurrency's only been around for nearly a decade, whereas global market shares have been around for hundreds of years. So, but some analysts seem to think that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies pose a major threat and that they're actually creating a fad and a huge market bubble that's waiting to burst. But other people believe that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have no real bearing on market shares, or global market shares, I should add, because the total cryptocurrency market is only worth about $240 billion at the moment, whereas the total global market is around $80 trillion. So a huge difference in the two. This is actually a graph from Bitcoin or CoinDesk, Coinbase, my mistake. That shows kind of the trend over the years of how Bitcoin has gone from, in this case, it shows a graph between January 13th, where it was roughly $13 per Bitcoin, to February 2018. You can see between December and February, it has peaked at almost $20,000. So the share has gone up quite a bit. But at the time of this making, or excuse me, at the making of this presentation, it actually is roughly at $9,238. So just in the past month or two, it's lost almost $10,000 in value just because of different market operators. Well, these are my sources for the presentation. I hope you learn a little bit more about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, things like that. Thank you for watching.